All right, y'all. What's going on? I'm back at it with another one. And I wanted to, talk a little bit about this and this story or this video that was on Facebook Live that's circulating, where we have these two individuals who are cousins. Um, they pulled up to somebody's house, and unfortunately, they lost their lives. But let me tell you this: look, don't whatever kind of disagreement or beef that you having with somebody, don't go to somebody's house looking for a fight, right? So these two women, they are cousins down in Mississippi. They were at somebody's house. They showed up to somebody else's house, I guess, after an argument or got into an argument, and um, like I said, they're no longer with us. They were, shot, and passed from the injuries that they received. So, according to Holmes County Sheriff Willie March, deputies received a call that somebody was arguing on Facebook Live, and by the time the deputies got there, um, two people had been shot. The two cousins were later identified as 24-year-old Tatiana Day and 33-year-old Carissa Job. Now, this whole thing was recorded on Facebook Live, and I don't know, bro. It's just, I don't, it's just, it's crazy. It's crazy. It doesn't make sense. Um, Whatever this was about, and regardless of how it started, again, you just don't go to somebody's house looking for a fight or looking for trouble, um, because this is what could happen if you do. And the woman who uh, shot these two individuals, according to the sheriff, he's saying that this could be a self-defense situation, since the two confronted this woman at her home. Um, and the Facebook video, it's being reviewed by investigators to determine whether charges will be filed or if the case will go before a grand jury. So I don't know. Do I think this was self-defense? I don't know. But Mississippi has a stand your ground law that removes the duty to retreat uh, before using deadly force in defense of oneself or another, as long as the person is not the initial aggressor and is in a place that they have a right to be. So, I mean, they were on somebody else's property, and they were told to leave multiple times. So I don't know, because a lot of people are saying that, the woman went too far, um, and she shouldn't have done what she did. Um, but to me, it looks like they were looking for some kind of trouble. But I don't know what their intentions were. But when you show up to somebody's house, um, you know, with erratic behavior, you know what I mean? That kind of scares people. Who knows? I mean, maybe they were gonna jump her or beat her up or whatever. Maybe she was scared, but you got to try to put yourself in that position or that situation, um, where you got two people showing up to your house, acting crazy, screaming, yelling, and just being aggressive. I mean, you don't know what they're gonna do, right? And for the people who were talking about just go inside and call the cops, I mean, yeah, that could have worked too. But what's stopping them from, knocking down the door and making their way inside, right? And then you got to also think about, like, what's the average response time for police? That's something that you got to think about too. And in addition to that, I want you to remember this: understand that the police owe no legal duty to protect individual citizens from criminal attack. They don't even have to come when you call. And if they do decide to respond, this is going back to what I said about the response time. They may not get there in time. So are you willing to take that chance? Um, it's a unfortunate situation that went down. But I don't know. They had time to turn the car around before they went over there, right? They had a chance to, kind of, say, hey, you know what? No, this ain't right. Whatever they were planning on doing. I don't, honestly, me, I don't think that anything, good was going to come out of that situation to begin with. You know, um, you just really don't know what's going on in the minds of other people. And that's why cooler heads have to prevail in order to avoid situations like this and to keep things from escalating and spiraling out of control. This whole pull up culture, showing off for social media and the mindset of being big and bad. I'm going to do whatever I want to whomever I want. That right there is going to get a lot of people in trouble. These two, they made an error, and it was a fatal error, which, cost them their lives. Don't be afraid to walk away. So what if you got to take a loss? There have been plenty of times where I've had to walk away from things, and I've been very fortunate to have other people around me who weren't egging the situation on, because a lot of times, I think we need other people around us who are level-headed, and people who are going to remain cool and calm, to where they're not going to allow us to get involved in something that could cost us our freedom, our safety, and even our lives, right? But like I said, if at least one of them would have had that thought of like, hey, let's not, go over here. Let's not escalate this situation any further, regardless of whatever it was about. When it comes to whatever disagreement that they were having, somebody should have stepped in and said, hey man, this ain't cool. There are other ways to handle things if you have a legitimate beef or disagreement with somebody. So just a little something to think about. Like I said, this is a unfortunate situation. This didn't need to happen. But this is just one case or one story like this, because I'm pretty sure there are going to be other stories like this or something similar to like this happening, to where people let anger and whatever get the best of them and take control of them, to where you're not even thinking logically or rationally about a situation. You're just diving head first. Sad, it's really sad. So, but take care, stay safe. Peace, y'all.